So there's a fabulous cat right there. Look at that cat. Look at him. He's amazing and I love him so much. And also, my light is not working, so I have to tap it to turn it on. Hey guys, it's Maddie, and you've probably not seen my face before, but guess what? That's okay, because we're here, we're talking, it's fine. There are pans making noises in the background, but we're gonna ignore that. Also, my hair is greasy. It is very frequently. I just dyed it a reddish color, like highlights, so I'm trying not to wash it a lot. So that the color stays in. But don't worry, I'm gonna wash it tonight because this, honestly, I feel at this point like everybody who's watched more than one video of me knows, like, it's like, oh, Madison, greasy hair, like, that's the thing. It's just, we don't care. Now the lighting's really weird because it's kind of dark outside but also kind of light, and then I have my light on and my other lamp to try and have like somewhat decent lighting, but it's probably not gonna work. Now to stop rambling, so let's get to the topic of the video. Taylor Swift just came out with like a few new songs. I want to say a few because I don't know. She might come out with another one once this is posted. And she already came out with like Are You Ready For It and that kind of thing. Well, not really like the... So I'm probably going to be doing a video about Tana Mongeau, and before you say anything, I know, like, Maddie, it's like so dead. Like, the topic's so dead. Like, you're just doing this for views and for like money. It's like, first of all, I do everything for views. Obviously, because I want people to see the videos I make. That's why it's public. And second of all, I don't make money off of these because I'm a small little beginner YouTuber who only gets 5 views on average on each video. Like, no, I'm not doing it for money, honey. Like, I don't even get money for any of these. So, yeah. So I just wanted to make the video about that and stuff because, like, I want to share my opinions and kind of stuff with everyone. And, like, I wanted to before, but I didn't have a camera. So now I have a camera. So now I'm going to do it now. And, yeah. Video, if there's a video, but like the song, yeah. And I've got my red lips. I have my reddish hair. They match. My lips are because, you know, Taylor Swift, and I am ready to talk to you about it. So let's get into the video. So there's a lot of people that's like speculating about like what Taylor might mean and her like Look What You Made Me Do song and her music video stuff, and I'm gonna talk about that as well as my own like theories and that kind of thing. Not that it's like a big theory or anything, it's just like kind of where my mind's going and stuff. So the first thing that caught my eye and that made me want to make a video of this is this one video that I watched, and I'm not going to link it down below. Like, I'm not going to do that because, like, I don't want to get in trouble. They were talking about how Taylor Swift might be part of the Illuminati, and that the video was like very blatant about it, and I was just like, hold on, like, what do you mean? I'll get into that later in the video. So the thing that I don't really quite understand is how the media and stuff are so fixated on like trying to figure out what the song means. And if you look at the lyrics, they're really, really simple. Like, I don't like you. Like, no, I don't like you. Like, there's really not much you can like derive from that, but they're also really vague. So at the same time, like, it's simple and vague. So like, there's not much you can do with it. Like, there's a lot that it could apply to, and there's not a lot of specifics. And like, I'm not saying that like in all of the lyrics, like the I don't like your tilted stage, like, so yeah, but the like I don't like your tilted stage, like the stage is like tilted, you know, with the Kanye thing, that kind of thing. So that's definitely probably the meaning of the lyric, seeing how it's about her and it's like deals with her and that kind of thing. So you have a pretty good idea of what that means. Now, this is where the other theory comes in to play, because they're saying Taylor's part of the Illuminati and stuff, and I'm just like, tilted stage. It's clearly referring to the Kanye thing and knowing Taylor. Okay, let me back up. So first, we have to get some background into Taylor Swift. You can't just look at a random pop star and be like, and not analyze anything they do and just be like, oh hey, you said this one thing about like triangles, and then you're definitely part of the Illuminati and that kind of thing. Like, what if that's like their thing and it's like, you know, triangles, like I think it was a VCO or something, like that's his thing. You can't like just be like, oh yeah, triangles, he's part of the Illuminati, like my man, but like you don't really know that, like you know nothing about him. So about Taylor is we pretty much know the summary of like her rise to fame, and like now her first album and Fearless. Now her first two albums, Taylor Swift and Fearless, are really sort of country, but even in Fearless you can kind of hear a teensy-weensy little bit of like pop. And then when she got to Speak Now, that was like a really blend of like, hey, this is like pop, and this is also like kind of country, but mostly it's like a blend, a nice healthy balance of the two, if you will. That's one of my like favorite albums of her because of that. It's like really different, you know? So yeah, and then once Red came out, it was like basically all pop, like it was pop. And then she didn't start to officially go to pop until 1985. Not the actual time, but like the album. So, now throughout this all, her few earlier albums, she's been like a really portrayed as the really nice girl, the sweet girl, the relatable like country like Southern belle and that kind of thing. Like she had like a really good reputation and stuff. Me personally, I was over there and I was like, around this time I was really obsessed with Taylor Swift. Like I love Taylor Swift so much. Like I actually found out about her, quick mini story time, about my friend, because I was like, hey, like what's your favorite like singer and stuff. She's like, oh yeah, Taylor Swift. And I was like, oh okay, like I don't know who she is, I'm gonna listen to her music. And I was like, oh my gosh, I love her so much. And by the time she became my like favorite singer, like my friend didn't even like her anymore, and Katy Perry was her new favorite singer, like no joke. So like I started getting into Taylor Swift around the time Fearless came out and that kind of thing, and I was like, yes, my queen, I love you, like everything's amazing. So yeah, and so yeah, I liked her for a really long time and stuff, but like around the time I started phasing out of her and like liking her and stuff, I want to say it's around the Red age type thing. I was like, there's no way that a person can be that good. Like you just can't be that good type person. Like there has to be something bad you've done, or like something you've like mistaken or regretted or something, like, or some bad things that you've done or bad habits. You can't just be that good. Like the media can't portray you as a total sweetheart. Like that's, no one is like that. So I kind of had that thought in the back of my mind, but like I still kind of liked her and stuff, you know, so yeah. So what we know about her is like there's been reports of her being kind of like a really mean person, you know, to like other people, like other singers and her friends. And okay, so and another thing I've noticed is in all her songs that she's written, like, okay, like this person wronged me, like this boy broke my heart, I'm gonna write a really bad song about him, like I'm gonna write it and it's gonna be like so scalding and nobody knows and stuff. And that's her personality, like that's her MO. Like if you wrong her, she's gonna strike back at you. So knowing that, we can infer, look what you made me do is primarily a jab against all the people that have like wronged her in the past few years. And another thing is like when she's referring to Kanye with the Tilted Stage thing, like that happened a fairly long time ago and stuff, and it's kind of funny how she's writing a song now against it. That's just like my personal thing, but like yeah, and so she's striking back at everybody who has ever wronged her in something in that song. Now the thing is that's different from her previous songs, is that this song is like purely like that. It's like, you wronged me and guess what, I'm gonna like murder you. Like that's the gist of the song. Well, you know, I'm exaggerating it for like, you know, to get my point across, but you know what I mean. And whereas her past ones, it's kind of like she was still under the facade of, I am a good person, like I can do no wrong, and even though you wronged me, you really shouldn't have done that. Like you shouldn't have said no. Like, but it wasn't like outright like, hey, you wronged me, guess what, like, bad idea, like, bitch. Like, it wasn't like that then, because, you know, another thing I noticed about it is, like, with the whole reinventing herself, if you look at previous stuff, you know, like, she's changed a lot throughout the years, and with each new album, there's, like, a different way she changes and stuff, and, like, it could possibly be related to, like, the people she's dated, and also, like, her music style, how that's evolved, and just her overall evolution as a person, I think, and stuff. But like people keep putting so much focus on like what do these lyrics mean? Like what do they mean? And now I remember, and so the thing that like the song really focuses on is like is mainly two things. It's like, hey, I'm gonna get back at you, and guess what? I am new. This is me. This is like the real me. Like I like metaphorically rose up from the dead. Like, which I think that could also be like her music. How it's like, hey, my music's dead. Like I'm not really in the like limelight anymore. And but guess what? I'm back, better than ever. And it's kind of like reclaiming like herself, I want to say. So the thing is, a lot of people are really invested in the song and music. It's like, okay, here's their theories and stuff. And what I think is going on is that like, okay, she's like really sweet, really innocent, like all that stuff. She rises up to fame. Then people start like saying like, oh hey, well she's kind of been doing this and she's been doing this and like being mean and like she's not that nice, doing that very good nice things and stuff. And hey, have you seen her live vocals? But so like once that happened, like they were kind of like putting chinks in her armor, you know, and that kind of thing. Like she did not like that and stuff. So like this song is kind of a way of saying like, hey, well, I mean, you've exposed me, but guess what? I'm gonna own that, and I'm gonna be like that part of me. And another part of me, like, I don't think she's generally a mean person. Like, I mean, she's probably done a lot of like kind of catty things, and that's really more petty than like I'm gonna destroy your industry forever and stuff like that. Like, I don't think she's put that much thought into it, and I think it's kind of like a cattiness. And like I remember when she was getting interviewed for her blank space thing and stuff, and she was like, oh hey, well the media's created this really big crazy like person about me, and I'm gonna write from her perspective and like have it to be satirical, which I also think is kind of part of reputation. But like I also think there's a lot of like either make her out to be a generally really bad person or really good person, and I don't think it's like either of those. I think it's like she's done some mean catty like petty stuff, but like she's not mean. She's not like a mean person, mean-spirited or anything, and a lot of that is also like how the media portrays her and how she's like being satirical about it. So look what you made me do could be satirical, at least some parts of it. Yet there's still the aspect of pettiness, and it's like, hey, you did this, I'm gonna make little digs at you because of you wronged me this way, and I am the queen. And yeah, it kind of goes both hands, both ways, that kind of thing. Now off to the next theory about how Taylor Swift is part of the cult that is Hollywood. I'm just gonna silently sit here and think that over. So the thing I dislike about these people's theories is that they're over here saying a bunch of stuff like clones, evil aliens, like cults where you like sell your soul for fame and that kind of thing. But where are you getting this from? Like there's no solid evidence of these things. Like they're just pulling them out of thin air and like taking really big leaps and stuff. Like it's a stretch. Like where it's a stretch to be like, hey, her hair, like this piece of her hair like changed like this. Like before, like in like 2014 her hair was always like this, and like in like 2015 her hair's been like this, so now she's like a clone and stuff. It's like, where are you getting this from? You have absolutely no like proof, like no hard evidence. You haven't interviewed any of them and they've like talked about something like that. You haven't been friends with them or no friends who are with them that like know about anything like that. They're literally just like speculating and like saying, yeah, this is it. Mind control. You're having mind control because you're changing something different with your look. And it's like I mean, that's what gets me like really badly. It's how people are like, oh yeah, like this is happening, like oh my gosh, the truth. And it's like, where are you getting this from? Do you have proof? Like something weird might be going on. Like you could go to like that extent, but like to go as far as to be like, hey guys, guess what? Mind control, and I know this because this person like has morphed throughout the years. Like what? Now like for say like MK Ultra, like whatever, like that thing, it ended, it failed. Now potentially a bigger like smaller group of people could have like met up and maybe like talked about something like that and like tried to bring it back to life or something. But I really do not think that they're doing that, and it's like Hollywood. Like it's all about Hollywood. Like And also for people to bring in the religious aspect, like Hollywood and like the whole popularity of like singers, musicians, and actors and stuff like that, and models, like that whole like concept and like thing, it's not religious. It is not religious. It is about money. It's about capitalism. Like there's no religion whatsoever in it. It's just about how much money I can make. Like for people to go and be like, hey, like she's doing this, like that purposefully means that she's like part of like the Babylon princes and stuff like that. Like she probably doesn't even know about that. Like most people, like Hollywood is like at its core like an atheist type thing. Like they believe in money, they don't believe in religion, and that's how like most movies and most like people are, like Hollywood as a whole. It's not religious, and like they probably don't even know about the kind of thing, and it's like just because there's some similarities, that's probably not what she's trying to portray. Like I know the snake in the Bible and stuff, it's really really a bad thing, and it's like about like bad thing, you know, like the snake's like enticing people to do bad stuff. But on Taylor's end, I think it's more like, okay, you're calling me a snake, like I did kind of petty stuff, like media's painting me as a really bad person now, like snake emojis everywhere and stuff, so guess what, I'm gonna own it. I'm gonna be the queen of the snakes, seeing how you're calling me that. And it's not like that makes more sense, especially like going in line with like the song lyrics and stuff and like that kind of thing. Like it's most likely that like I'm not sure like if she said she was a Christian or not, and even if she was, like I highly doubt that like in a music video primarily about like getting back at people and like having a new / different reputation and that kind of thing, it's gonna be like, hey, religion, my man, I'm the devil's worshiper. Like it just doesn't work that way. Like while some people might have like underlining like intones of that kind of thing, like it's not like, I highly doubt it's like really like up there celebrities, and even if it was them, it's not gonna be all the celebrities all across the board. And to think that like people are like using like the mind control and like, that's car over there, okay, using the mind control and like enticing people to make music videos that are like demonic and stuff is like really like far-fetched to me, and like it's just really unrealistic, because like again I said, Hollywood, there's really no religion there. It is atheist, it is money based, you need money, and like that's what it is. And like with music videos, like why you see common themes in there is because it's popular, people will like to watch it, it's setting trends. Like a lot of music videos the same are like that, so you can't just sit there and be like, oh yeah, these music videos all have the same thing in common. Like you could be like, oh, that person's sitting there singing to the camera and like and making a weird hand gesture like this or something, like, and like this, like do that, and like a bunch of people do that. Well, it's not gonna be some like secret sign. It's most likely gonna be like somebody like making like the regular hand motions that they make while singing. Well, not to say to real loud to be like, oh yeah, that is a hand motion, but it's like, it's not going to be, like, especially if it's like split second, you can't just like take that out and like cherry pick that from the music video and be like, yeah, demonic like signs, like horns of the devil. Like no, there's no connection there. And I think it's really funny that people are saying how there's like clones and stuff like that of people. Like I like just no, like I'm just gonna leave that here. I'm not gonna say anything about that. Like yeah, just clones. Just, it's so far-fetched. So like, given what I know about like Taylor Swift and like how she is and like that kind of thing, like that's not really a thing that's gonna happen. Like you know that, and I don't know, the video just kind of made me laugh. Some people were like, oh yeah, and like right there. Look at him. Look at him. Look at that face. He's so cute.